Hi guys, welcome back to Nichful Thinking. My name is Nichelle Ohshells on all social media, and this is a podcast all about what I be thinking. I'm currently in my mom's car actually, and I am recording this video from a parking lot. I genuinely was like, Nichelle, we need to get another episode out. While you're hearing this, if you're hearing this the day it drops on Wednesday, I'm not in the country. I'm literally not here. So, anywho, I've been spending time with family and I have been just feeling recharged, rejuvenated. Me and my mom always talk about this, but every time we get together, it's like a breath of fresh air. I don't know. I'm like gripping onto this. If you're on YouTube, you'll be able to see all of my mannerisms and everything that I'm referring to at this time. But I'm like gripping onto this thing right here. And I don't know if it's like providing me some type of like comfort or stability, but I just feel like I need to just hold on. Okay. Nothing has gone wrong, so to speak, but it's just been a jam-packed week. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna like take the car. Is this recording? Okay, I just want to make sure I'm still recording. That kind of scared me. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take the car and I'll be right back. And like, yeah, like we basically now have like a guest room in our house, and because my little brother moved out, so that was a whole thing. And I'm like, it's nice to have my own space, and I'm also like refiguring out the family dynamic, like how my parents are now that they're like really empty nesters. If you're a parent and you like have none of your kids are living with you, talk to me a little bit about what that experience is like, because yeah, I'm the older daughter that likes to, como se dice, I like to be there for my family. You know, I like to know how to kind of like how the feng shui is going. You know, everyone's fine, but I don't know. I just am having these moments, especially with like loved ones being like not in the best place and having to be there in different ways. And as I get older, like watching the people that are my superheroes get older and just like, ooh, like it's just all very interesting. And so every time I come home, it's like I'm changing and I've developed new ways of being. And so my parents are looking at me like, oh my gosh, like our daughter is just like a whole nother being every time we see her. But then it's like the same is happening with them, where I'm like, oh my gosh, like my parents are like different beings, and my aunts and my uncle, and like just everything that's been happening this year. I'm just like, it's a lot of change, guys. It's a lot of change. I don't even know if I'm gonna keep all of that in there. Maybe I should, like whatever. Let's do a check-in. Okay, I'm checking in at, with all that being said, right? I'm checking in at a 7.8. I'm at a solid 7.8. I think I am in a space where I'm like, I'm a C plus, B minus. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm existing a little bit and I'm just feeling good about that. But at the same time, it's not like anything overly excellent in my vibe right now. I feel like, well, maybe let me give myself a little bit more credit. I'm genuinely at like an 8.3. Yeah, I think I'm more like an 8.3. I think I was trying to be like, I don't know. I feel like I'm at an 8.3. So last week we talked about a few things: love languages, creating your own love languages. We talked about extrovert versus introvert versus omnivert, etc., etc. And funny enough, this episode is kind of like a continuation because I was doing more digging, editing Nichelle, put the definitions on the screen. Again, you can watch this podcast at Ohshells, Ohshells on YouTube. Yeah, help me help you, entertain you by liking, commenting, and subscribing, because that's how things work around these parts. Participate, engage. Okay. But yeah, I was just like looking more into that because I'm definitely in a space where personality types and character and like archetypes of human beings, and of course we're customized, but understanding like baseline levels of like how people are and how I am, you know what I mean, just more introspective in this time. I'm like, okay, cool. Omnivert was more so like there's 0 to 100, right? And I've been so 0 to 100 in the first kind of like younger years of my life, and I am transitioning into more of a ambivert. I'm gonna say ambivert because that sounds like, yeah, it's omnivert and then ambivert. Whatever, I'm gonna have it on the screen. And ambivert is more so like the stark differences, but like in harmony, like gelled together, like within the fine line. And I've talked about this before where I'm like, there's a fine line when you're like Goldilocks in this thing. I feel like for a long time it was like either too hot or too cold. Like it was just, now in my life it's like, okay, we're finding our just right. I feel like I transition and I transform so often and quickly, from the way that I look, from the way that I talk, from the things that I allow to come into my consciousness, to the things that I am always like actively looking for another thing to like solve within myself. And at this time, I'm like, okay, I'm letting the dust settle. I'm allowing myself to just like photosynthesis. And that feels really good. It feels good, but it also feels, it's like this feeling of like, there has to be something else for me to like accomplish or do. Or I feel like there's am I not, no, it's kind of like I don't have much. I'm not in the space where I'm achieving anything internally. I'm in a space now where it's kind of like I'm letting everything bake in. And I talk about that as well, where it's like you gotta sense when it's time for you to slow down and let it bake in. And for me, slowing down looks like me slowing down internally, like the development aspect of it, or the this introspective, these periods are more so around like collecting my bricks. You'll hear me say that as well. When you collect your bricks, it's looking at all of the things that you've overcome, all of the life that you've lived, being able to extract the lessons, making sure that it's baked in. Like you're not looking for something fresh, new. It's like, okay. I even had like a few things that were planned for September that I was like, you know what? Let me actually not. And let me use the month of September strategically. And let me use the month of September to really focus on reflecting on all of the things that I've already learned and really being entrenched. Like I want to be drenched in my routine, in my baseline routine. And so I'm really excited about that. All right. That's all I have for you. I am somewhere soaking up the sun, having an excellent time with like one of my best friends. And I'm grateful. The ending of, well, I guess the closing out of summer feels like the end of August. So closing out this summer with gratitude and also knowing that I'm exactly where I need to be. And the confidence that I have today is my new zero. Like this is the baseline. And funny enough, when I am back in my hyper vigilant, like, you know, if I am back in that energy, it's going to be because it's go time in a really real way. However, I will be soaking up all of my relaxation time. Girl, I took PTO. I'm like, yeah, let me just lay down, read a book, lay down, listen to silence, be in the country. Like, you know, it's about to be a real naturesque kind of moment. And I'm very happy about that. So I love you. I mean it. If you literally want to see more of me, then follow us at Nichful Thinking on all social media. NichfulThinking. And then you can also follow me, your host, Ohshells, on all social media, Ohshells. Primarily, I am on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So, yeah, subscribe, support, and share. Ooh, that's hot. Subscribe, support, and share. That's fire. Yeah, so do that. Love you, mean it, be good to people, because that's quite literally half the job. Okay, you're on this earth to literally be good to people. And by being good to people, you're like actually being really good to yourself. So continue to identify where you are. For me, girl, this summer was like day by day. Usually my whole life is like a day by day situation, but we are Goldilocksing and finding our new normal. And that feels like a week by week scenario. So for September, let me know if you participate, etc., etc. Love you, mean it. Bye.